You are about to see the future of WWE SuperCard in front of your very eyes. I am SUPERZOMGBBQ, and today we're talking new features, stuff that they've been talking about in the past when they've been teasing season 10. In fact, I don't remember an announcement they've made without making reference to season 10 being a big thing. It's like, we get it, but could you make season 9 better, please? Well, the pieces of that puzzle are finally starting to come together, and what I see so far, I really like it. But for every pro, there is a con, and there's a few other things in this video that will make you happy and potentially unhappy as well. But it's really good to see the game going in the right direction. And the return of one of the most popular sets in SuperCard. Literally, this dominated 4 seasons of the game and then suddenly just stopped appearing. Why? I don't know. But hey, it looks like it's coming back. Before we get started, guys, I'd like to know from you in the comments down below, what if you could change anything about SuperCard would you do? What would you add? What would you change? And whilst you're there, if you could do me a huge favor, which will take you 2 seconds, and that is hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. But no more time to waste, let's crack on into the first thing, and this is something that I've been absolutely dying to talk about, ladies and gents. Hall of Fame. Oh my goodness. The Hall of Fame seemingly is coming back to WWE SuperCard. Now, this isn't a guarantee, but not just the Hall of Fame, but the throwback packs as well. Now, for those of you who don't know, throwback packs have been a part of the game since season 1. Hall of Fame cards came in season 3, but for some reason at the end of season 5, just like if your best friend told you he was dating your sister, the jazz music stopped. And we heard nothing more of it. Throwback cards have been hinted at, referenced, and some packs have appeared, but Hall of Fame has pretty much disappeared entirely. Now, the first hint that something was definitely rumbling under the belly of WWE SuperCard was the Headstone packs and the Undertaker throwback card. This is the remaster that's been in the game as part of a collectible store and an event that's been running in SuperCard for the last 2 weeks. But the Hall of Fame packs kinda came out of nowhere, and this is a great way for people to collect images they would never have had access before. If you joined from season 6 onwards, you've never had access to these because these packs were not available. This China, not available. Eddie Guerrero, Viva la Razza. But of course, I'm not leaving it there. Why have I just been taken to the offer? Well, I'm not sure why. Here is the Hall of Fame packs. Because man, when I saw this the first time, I'm going to use a Simon Miller quote.
And it made me feel all warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum.
Because these packs are so cool. I mean, I love the fact we got, look at that neon. The neon card's one of my favorite sets of cards in the game's history. The pro animation for this is just unreal. I mean, less said about the WrestleMania ones, the better, but some of these are absolutely phenomenal. And it's a great way to get stars in the catalog. Why does it keep taking? Anyway, I have to ignore that one. We've got Macho Man Randy Savage, King Booker. Are there any of these I don't have? I swear there's 1 or 2. We've got the Godfather there. Hopefully I get to show you the Neon Hall of Fame pro animation. Let's go. Big Boss Man, baby. Let's go. Skip. We got the Godfather, Sensational Sherry. I have many memories of Sensational Sherry in this, yeah, season 3 was a time, man. It was a time. Let's go. Next one, Jerry the King, Lord of Freddie Blassie, Honky Tonk Man. I don't actually know if there's any of these I don't have. I think I'm just getting them just to get Eddie, man. Come on. Kurt Angel. I mean, I'm pretty sure these ones as well, those Hall of Fame Goliaths, those designs were something else. I mean, it just feels infectious to get my hands on these. Andre the Giant, Big Quiche. It's the Quiche boy. Don Morocco, Eddie Guerrero, Levato, Viva la Razza. It's beautiful. And the most recently featured Bruno Sammartino's in his packs as well. I got to get off this. Why is the offer all keep coming up? I don't know. Anyway, Don Morocco again. More Don Morocco. Eddie Guerrero. Yes, Eddie. Yes. And Mamacita there as well. Yes, I'm going to lock in Eddie because why would I not? There's a feature on my streams. If you don't or haven't been there before, twitch.tv/SuperZomgbBBQ is a wheel of doom that people can spin, and everyone keeps trying to delete my eddies. So this is gonna give me a little bit of ammunition to hold on to, because there's a couple of really rare Eddie Guerreros I've got at the very bottom of my collection that I don't want to lose. So this is going to be good to hopefully keep those. The more Hall of Fame, we've got the Bret the Hitman Hart, man, we've got Larry Zbyszko, dude, and George the Animal Steel. I was watching a match between him, I swear it was him, and Bruno Sammartino the other day, just to refresh my memory. That off-wall thing's gonna get on my nerves soon. Hey, we can show you the neon animation. Yes, sir. I'm surprised Goldberg's still showing in the game. He's left WWE. He's now on a no longer on a Legends contract, so maybe they can still feature his stuff. I don't know. Now, first of all, I'm gonna show you off the SummerSlam Hall of Fame Pro image. It looks absolutely phenomenal. But I get to show you this and why I love it. Here's the Godfather, and look at that background. It's like a neon cyberpunk style city retro wave. It just looks phenomenal. I love it. I get to show off the Goliath Hall of Fames with that massive dragon in the background with the, I don't even know what it's doing there, but it's definitely causing some destruction. The most important parts about that is there is a possibility we are going to see Hall of Fame back in SuperCard. Whenever this kind of thing happens, there is no smoke without fire. But the next part we've got to go to is the blog. This brand new spring blog that showed up over the last few days. And yes, there's big changes afoot. The first is there's a brand new Finn Balor card coming, which they say is very shiny. So I'm looking forward to that. Hoping it's the Demon. That'd be very nice. They're bringing out a bunch of spring cards. They're probably going to be coming out next week with the Reward Mania, which will probably cover most of the special cards which have happened in WrestleMania 39 tier. But you may have remembered that at some point they were talking about bringing in a new exclusive draft board. Currently, the exclusive draft board looks a little like this. Well, in the future, it's going to look a little like this. This is the brand new Rarity Draft Board. In many ways, this work is representative of where we're going with Season 10. More sizzle and pop, more customization and fun. So I'm looking into that and thinking they've got a lot of big plans for Season 10. This animation we got here dropped yesterday, and it's the first look at the actual process behind it. And I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge fan of the animation where you got the kind of warping card that digitizes. It reminds me of the old school fusion cards from Season 6 backwards. The draft board style has changed. First of all, we've gone from the regular draft board of 5x5, 25 cards, and the exclusive draft board being 4x4 and 16 cards. But most importantly, the cards have now turned to a gold, and the animation will pop when you pick your cards. When you get your tier pull from this, or a card of your tier, instead of the old animation where it just shows the big blue flashing lights, it will now explode and destroy all the other cards on that board, and then your card appears. Oh, and look who's come to join the party. After me, everyone.
We need Charlotte Flair.
This is a big change in terms of visuals. The way it's gonna work seems to be exactly the same. Dust is getting off cards, yada yada yada. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's taking something we know and giving a little bit of a fine tune. And yes, the exclusive draft board name, as you've seen by the trailer and the screenshots, it's gone. It's now Rarity Draft Board, or RDB. Sounds like I'm saying RVD, or RDP for the picks themselves. Apparently that's dropping at the end of this month, which is pretty cool. Maybe it'll drop when Reward Mania drops next week. Talking about dusting, they are bringing in the more customization options they promised in the last update, and these will be dropping at some point soon, where you're going to be able to customize. As you can see at the top of this screenshot, where there's a little settings icon, you can pick what cards you want to dust. You can pick only male cards, only cards of certain tiers, only cards of females, or only cards of, let's say, I don't know, Arcane and SummerSlam 21. you can choose to keep top tier cards. All this, when you press that select all button, instead of having to click every single card, it's going to allow you to speed up the process of dusting by picking the things you don't want in your card collection. Now on to the next one, and this one is going to divide people because everyone knows that yes, it's a free-to-play game, and a game like SuperCard has to make money somehow. They can make that from pack sales and ads, which people watch for their bouts. But this one is gonna grind some people the wrong way. Player perks are coming into the game, and they are dropping as of the next Battle Pass. These player perks will show up in the profile in game, as you can see here. A little bit of an example was shown by SuperCard, which has this little P icon. When that shows, it shows your active perks you have available. And these perks include reductions for timers of things like fusion chamber cards, gym workouts being faster, that's being the performance center, bout timer decreases, bout timer waits for PvP, money in the bank, and events can be used as well. And these perks are available if you have the premium battle pass. And that's where the problem is. It sounds really great, but when it comes to paying, not everyone can afford 15 bucks, 15 pounds, whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, that's where this falls down. And I imagine these will eventually have free-to-play benefits as well. And this is more of a test run, effectively making people who want to pay for this the guinea pigs to make sure this works out right. It's going to make some very unhappy, and I totally understand why. And effectively what you're creating is a gap between people who are willing to pay for the battle pass and those who aren't willing to pay for the battle pass. Next month, the premium battle pass will include bout timer reductions for money in the bank, PvP, and the fusion timer. Good for the new WrestleMania 39 fusions that dropped the other day. I'd love to know your thoughts on this one, because I imagine that some of you are going to be rightly disappointed, but I can also see why it's exciting. As a person who does spend credits, I am naturally quite excited for this, but at the same time, I know that the health of the game does depend not just on those who are willing to cough up the money, but the main bulk of the player base who do play free to play. And I really hope that my thoughts about this being a test for the future of battle passes and other modes and events offering these perks is correct, but we shall have to wait and see. Man, it looks like SuperCard's going in the right direction. I just hope they've got time to tweak things before we take that step up to next season, which is probably going to be their biggest chance to right the ship. And that ship has a couple of holes in it that could turn nasty. Hopefully it doesn't, because I'd like this game to be around forever, as long as it possibly can do, but that's down to the guys at Cat Daddy and 2K to make those decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been SuperZomGBBQ. You have been awesome. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed what you watched. Subscribe for more things like WWE SuperCard and 2K. Talking about that, if you haven't gone over to that QR code pack opening that we did yesterday, you can get yourself a free John Cena 2K card. Sorry, 5 of them, and a whole pack of goodies just for yourself. Go over to that video right now if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
So far away, we wait for